Greetings, Adventurers! This is Lauren, your guild advisor, and it's been a while since I made a DanMemo video. Mostly because the last time I would have made one, which was when the last batch of the Sword Art Autoria Volume 6 characters, when they came out, and I'm really thankful they did, Bache, Argana, and Kali. During that time, I was sick, and then later that weekend I found out I actually did test positive for COVID. The worst of it was just that week with me having a fever and a headache for about 2 days, and after that, I've been completely fine. My quarantine's done, though I still have a lack for a sense of taste and smell, but that should be coming back over the course of the few weeks, hopefully. So Thanksgiving isn't going to be quite as fun for me as it normally would be. But let's get on with the news. I actually forgot that gacha games typically start the Christmas stuff very early, like before December even starts. So this was actually a very nice surprise. And as you can see here in the new Holy Intoxicating Night event, we're getting a new Ryu, my favorite character. And I just find it really funny because Ryu has been a unit for every single Christmas event so far, and this continues that. Last year she had 2 units for Christmas. So it is unfortunate for people that would like to see more characters get Christmas characters, but we are actually getting characters that haven't had Christmas units before in this event, and a lot of them. And this event will start tomorrow night, Wednesday if you're in the West, so November 25th. But let's get on with the actual new units. First one is Glistening Knight Raoul. I just find any time rules included in anything funny because he's always made fun of in Sword Art Autoria for not being too memorable of a character, but here he is. He's going to be a physical attacker with about 20-25 max strength, maximum break, max ascension, and he's pretty fast with 1165 agility. And before we break the skills down, I do want to thank simhauu from the DanMemo subreddit for the translations, and I will leave a link down below for that post. And as for his special arts, it's an AoE Ultra Wind physical attack with a temporary great strength boost and ultra critical rate, and will increase the wind attack damage of your allies by 100% for 1 turn. As for his combat skills, the first skill is an AoE Super Wind physical attack with a temporary strength boost and ultra uncounter rate, and it will give him 3 additional actions for the next turns. That will be a AoE low wind physical attack. The second skill is a AoE fast high wind physical attack with a temporary strength boost and ultra uncounter rate, and it will remove all AoE resist and guard rate buffs from your opponent. And then his third skill is a single target high wind physical attack with a temporary great strength boost and ultra critical rate. And we'll see just how useful Raoul's second skill is in war games, because there are a lot of characters right now that just increase defenses, like the idle Osfi. So we'll see in upcoming war games if Raoul will help counter against that. And as for his notable passives, he has a 35% bonus earth resistance, 50% more damage on counters, and 15% more damage on criticals, as well as the plant killer ability. So expect a familiar Rush Royale with monsters that are plants. Next character is Tipsy Tabby Onakitty, or Aki, her nickname, and this is the one that surprised me the most because I really like Aki, especially in Sword Art Autoria, and she looks great here. She looks fantastic. She will be a physical attacker with a max strength of 20-30, a maximum break, max ascension, and she is not particularly fast, with only 782 agility, but for her special arts, it is an AoE Ultra Wind physical attack with a temporary great strength boost and ultra unguard rate, and removes any debuffs from your allies, excluding assist skills. As for her combat skills, the first skill is a slow strength and wind attack damage buff of 35% for 3 turns to your allies, and it will also remove all strength, magic, and agility buffs from your opponent, excluding assist skills. And it's good because it is a slow move, so in war games, your opponent will be dishing out all their buffs, and then Aki will remove all those buffs, particularly the strength, magic, and agility ones, at the very end of the turn. So if your opponent has set the AI to make sure that their buffs are up, they will try to reapply them the next turn instead of doing a big, more powerful attack. And then for her second skill, it's an AoE super wind physical attack with a temporary strength boost and ultra on guard rate, and will reduce physical and wind resistance by 30%, as well as dexterity by 40%, all that for 2 turns. And as for her third skill, is a single target high wind physical attack that will increase in damage by 40% for each strength buff skill on her, and has an ultra critical rate. So mostly designed to be a war game unit, but she does have some single target capabilities if you do need a strong wind attacker. And then for her notable passive, she has a bonus 35% earth resistance, does 50% more damage on her counters, 15% more damage on her penetrations, and has the plant killer ability. Then for the next character, of course my favorite, Intoxicating Elf for you. It's going to be really fun seeing what she sounds like when she is drunk. It'll be really fun, especially with her voice actress, Sayori Hayami, being my favorite female voice actress. She will be a magic attacker with a max magic stat of 1996 at maximum break max zero ascension, and has a max speed of 947. As for her special arts, it is a single target ultra water magic attack with an ultra unguard rate, and will reduce enemy AoE resistance and single target resistance by 25% for 4 turns. And as for her combat skills, her first skill is a single target fast mid water magic attack with an ultra critical rate, and will increase her own magic and water attack damage by 60%, and will also reduce the enemy's single target resistance by 20% for 4 turns. Her second skill is a single target super water magic attack with a temporary magic boost and ultra unguard rate, and will reduce enemy strength and magic by 45% for 2 turns. And her third skill is a single target slow high magic attack that will increase in damage by 85% for each single target resistance debuff on the foe, and it will also decrease the duration of said single target resist debuff by 1 turn, so you definitely want to pair that with a character that can extend the debuff duration like a Haruhime. But Ryu looks like a very strong single target character, especially for stuff like Record Buster with that minus 45% strength and magic debuff, in addition to that super hard hitting skill 3. For a notable passive, she has a bonus 35% fire resistance, and this next passive is very interesting. She will do 35% additional counter damage for each single target resistance debuff on the foe, so about 70% extra counter damage if you are stacking the debuffs correctly. And then she has a 25% bonus damage on penetrations and the plant killer ability. Next up we have Maiden Filvis. She will be a magic attacker with a max magic of 1987 at maximum break max zero ascension, and she also has a good max agility stat of 1148. As for her special arts, it's an AoE ultra water magic attack with a temporary great magic boost, an ultra penetration rate, and decreases the magic resistance and water resistance of your opponents by 50% for 1 turn. As for her combat skills, the first skill is a self magic agility and water attack damage buff of 60%, and also decreases the dexterity and endurance of your enemies by 30% for 3 turns, and gives her an additional 3 actions of a AoE low water magic attack for the next 3 turns. And her second combat skill is an AoE fast high water magic attack with an ultra unguard rate, and will reduce physical resistance, magic resistance, and water resistance by 30% for 3 turns. And her third skill is a single target high water magic attack with a temporary great strength boost and ultra critical rate, so definitely designed to be on a AoE focused water team. And as for notable passive, she has a bonus 35% fire resistance, an additional 30% damage reduction on her guards, and does 10% more damage on criticals and penetrations, and also, like everyone else, has the plant killer ability. And then the first assist is Dazed Flaffia, and she has rather average stats except for agility, which is pretty high at 604. And as for her assist skill at +5, she has a 45% chance to sleep your opponents, and decreases the endurance, agility, and dexterity stat of your enemies by 10%. And that 45% sleep scares me, because I just hate ailments in war games, though I'm not really competitive anymore anyway. And then the next assist is Day's Master Soma. Very interesting that they actually got Soma a new unit. I'm really happy that they're like diversifying the units that get these special characters. He has a decent HP stat at 1016 and has high dexterity at 556. As for the assist skill at +5, it will increase the AoE and single target resistance of your allies by 15%, and also the wind and water attack damage by 15%. And then the welfare unit for this event that you can grind to +5 is Dionysus. Whatever with that guy. And he's cool. He's free. 1254 HP, that's pretty nice. Pretty mediocre strength and magic. His assist skill of +5 is a strength, magic, and dexterity increase of 10% to your allies, and also decreases the AoE resistance, water resistance, and wind resistance of your enemies by 10%. And as for the banner layout, we have Ryu, Raul, and Flaffia on the first banner. And remember, the characters from this event are time limited, so you won't see them like put into the general gacha pool, and you only be able to get these characters again if they rerun the event. And hopefully they rerun last year's Christmas event this year too. The only character I obviously want from this banner is Ryu, and I'll be very, very sad if I don't get her at all. And the next banner has Anakitty, nickname Aki, Philvis, and Soma. And obviously my target here is Aki, because man, she looks great here. She looks great. Naturally, there will be paid bundles. And again, guys, I want to warn you about not going too crazy with all your iris and your spending money, because we are in the holiday season, and that stuff goes away quite quickly with all the sales that are going on with other stuff besides gacha games. And remember, we are still in the middle of season 3, so really keep an eye on your iris and make sure you're not spending everything outright. This is the login bonus that's happening. Pretty standard stuff with the stamina potatoes, about 70 iris in there. There will be a bonus iris campaign, which just means it'll give you extra iris for the paid iris bundles. There will also be a Black Friday special for paid iris, and you'll buy it 100 iris at a time, and it's actually a pretty decent deal if you are thinking about actually buying iris, so keep an eye on that. There will be heroic trials this week for the first banner set, so you can farm this heroic trial and select either a Ryu, Raul, or Flaffia bond. And I'm assuming in the next week or two we'll be getting a heroic trial for the other set of characters. This is a Holy Flame Fiesta gacha. It is also paid iris, so just be mindful of that. Like every week, 7 Zone is resetting, and then there'll be a Record Buster Otarl this week. And this is information on the Master Familia War Game, which means like the top familias in War Game will be having like this tournament. And even if you're not part of the top familias participating in this master tournament, you're able to spectate and place bets on who you think will win and get rewards according to those bets and results. And that will start apparently on December 20th. We will have the preliminary war games for the Familia War Game next week, and then the Familia War Game will start the week following, and then based on those results, we'll have the Master of Familia War Game. And then there are a few War Game changes. There's going to be a Jester League added, so I believe there was like a King League and a Hero League, and there's going to be a Jester League placed in between. So nothing changes for Hero League, I believe, but now there's a Jester League in the middle now. And then for Familias in Hero League with less than 30 members, you're basically going to get a bot party to fill up those missing slots. And then of course, this Friday is Danmachi Season 3 Episode 9, and then we'll be getting the tie-ins in the DanMemo game. And this is the unit preview for the Season 3 character that will be added for this week. I'm pretty sure that's Seer that we're looking at, but we'll see. And just an overview of the upcoming schedule. Remember, this is in Japanese Standard Time, so subtract the date if you're in the West like me. So tomorrow on the 25th is the 7 Zone Refresh, the Record Buster Otarl, the start of the Holy Intoxicating Night event, the Heroic Trials that go alongside it, as well as the Gacha, and the bonus Iris campaign and paid event bundles. And then on the 26th is the Black Friday paid daily Iris sale, as well as the start of the paid Holy Flame Fiesta Gacha and the login bonus. And then, of course, on Friday is Episode 9's release for Season 3 of the anime, as well as the release of the new Season 3 unit and a free 11-draw gacha, and of course the Episode 9 side story. So a lot of stuff happening as far as the event goes, and then the Season 3 tie-in. Again, reminder to make sure you keep an eye on your iris and be careful on your spending, because again, it is the holiday time. There's a lot of stuff on sale, so we want to make sure you're prioritizing your money where it's important. as well as just your in-game iris, because we are still in the middle of all these Season 3 stuff, so we're going to continue to get more characters each week, so don't go too crazy, but also remember, these units are time limited for the holiday event. So I wish you guys good luck on your draws. Hopefully you get who you want. Hopefully I get a Ryu that I want, because I did use 4K Iris on the latest Observatory Volume 6 banner to get all the new characters, and I did get Bache and I did get Argana. But even after spending 4K Iris, I did not get a single copy of Kali, and I think I got Bache and Argana within the first 410 rolls, so doing the last 6 and not getting a Kali really stinks. But hopefully you guys have better luck than me over the course of these next few weeks. Anyway, I hope you're excited for this upcoming event. It is more of a fun event, more comedic in story, because we've been getting a lot of serious stuff with the anniversary event, the Observatory Volume 6 adaptation, and then the current Season 3 stuff is quite serious. So I think taking a break from all the serious stuff and just having a humorous event like this one where you see a bunch of our favorite characters in a drunken state will be quite fun. If you want to see more danmachi content, go ahead, give this video a like, sub to the channel, follow me on Twitter, and join my Discord. And as always, continue enjoying your time adventuring in Rario and the dungeon. This is Lauren, your guild advisor, signing out. 渦を巻く雨雲から差し込んだまっすぐな強